Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. When asked about Canelo Alvarez's next fights in September, Oscar De La Hoya named his 4 potential opponents at a press conference. And Canelo Alvarez's 4 potential opponents are Gennady Golovkin, the trilogy, Demetrius Andrade, to fully unify and become undisputed in the middleweight division, move up to 175, potentially to face a Sergey Kovalev or fight Callum Smith at 168. And so you have to understand the fact that Canelo Alvarez has all these great fights ahead of him, because none of these fights are particularly easy for anybody. You have to think about it. Gennady Golovkin, one of the hardest punchers in boxing, that's going to be a hell of a fight and a hell of a trilogy. But I can see Canelo Alvarez beating Golovkin much easier because Golovkin is at more of an advanced stage. And, a boxer always does better the next time around against a puncher. And this will be Canelo's third crack at Gennady Golovkin. And I just see Canelo being in his prime, being crisp, being young, being fresh. I just don't know if Gennady Golovkin would have enough in the tank to give him his best shot. I think Sergey Kovalev, I don't think he has enough dimensions to beat Canelo Alvarez. But I also think that if it's at 175, Canelo could have a problem because of the weight at some point has to catch up with you. And if Sergey Kovalev, he's a very, very strong and hard puncher, that could be a problem. But we know that Sergey Kovalev is soft to the body. And we know that Canelo Alvarez is an elite level body puncher. And I truly believe Canelo could break down Sergey Kovalev to the body. If you're doubting the number 1 pound for pound fighter in boxing, which is Canelo Alvarez, you shouldn't. Because he's proven it time and time again. Every time he was doubted, every time that someone says he couldn't overcome this fight or this obstacle, he's done it. And so you have to give him the benefit of the doubt at this point. I would favor him over Gennady Golovkin in the trilogy. I would favor him over Sergey Kovalev, especially because of the body shots. I don't think that moving to 175 is wise. I think he should bring Kovalev down to 168. That's my opinion. I don't know if they would negotiate that fight at 175. I think that might be a step too far for Canelo. But Canelo, if I would have to give him the benefit of the doubt just because of Kovalev's soft midsection and because of Canelo Alvarez's elite level body punching, I think it's still a possibility for a win for Canelo. Then you also have Callum Smith in the UK. I think, this much of the same with Kovalev. Callum Smith is a very good fighter, top level fighter, strong, bigger weight, undefeated. And, I think Canelo Alvarez would eventually chop him down as well. I think Callum Smith is a top level, top rated fighter. And I think he doesn't get enough credit that he deserves, recognition worldwide. But he's a very, very good fighter. But I ultimately see Canelo Alvarez chopping him down with body shots. The only fighter on this list that I think that truly has a chance at Canelo, and I would still favor Canelo to beat him, but that would have the best chance, I believe, would be a Demetrius Andrade. I think Demetrius Andrade has more tools in his bag than any of these guys, because with Demetrius Andrade, it's not just about power, it's not just about height or reach. He has the ability to make a lot of adjustments. The only question that we have about Demetrius Andrade is that we've never seen him at a top level. We've never seen him fight at a world level. We've never seen Demetrius Andrade face the Gennady Golovkins. We've never seen him face the Danny Jacobs, the Sergey Deverenchenkos. We've never seen Demetrius Andrade face that level of opposition. And so his first huge mega fight against Canelo Alvarez, we have no idea what level he would be on. So we would clearly face Canelo Alvarez, and we know that body punching would be a problem because we've seen Demetrius Andrade not want to get hit in fights before. But I do believe Demetrius Andrade has enough ability, enough skills, and the type of skills to be able to stave off certain attacks from Canelo with being able to make certain adjustments, and that's what would make it an interesting fight. I think Demetrius Andrade would be the best fight for Canelo Alvarez as far as skill set wise, because I think that is the fight that would present more challenges. I think Demetrius Andrade would be able to move around the ring similar to a Idislandi Lada, but would have a high enough work rate to potentially get a win over Canelo. So I think he would be the most challenging fight out of Triple G, out of Sergey Kovalev, and out of Callum Smith, because styles truly do make fights. It's not because he's better than any of these guys. It's not because he's just just a harder puncher or anything like that. It's just because Demetrius Andrade has the skills to make adjustments, and that's what you need when you're facing a guy like Canelo Alvarez. If you cannot make critical and timely adjustments, you will lose that fight. Period. Or you will be stopped. And a lot of guys are okay with surviving. Look at Danny Jacobs. He was okay with surviving against Canelo Alvarez. Many times he stated that he would run through Canelo Alvarez, stop Canelo Alvarez. He's the bigger, stronger man, but he slowed his pace and slowed his roll when he felt those body shots because he realized he could have ended up stopped. So at the end of the day, I believe Demetrius Andrade is not going to make those statements about stopping Canelo because he knows he's not going to be able to do it. Canelo Alvarez has an iron chin, and you can't walk through his shots. I think that's what Demetrius Andrade knows. Demetrius Andrade knows that he would have to, set up everything with the jab. He would have to move around the ring a lot, utilize lateral movement, and try to tire Canelo Alvarez out and try to pot shot and pick at shots. But he would also have to up his work rate. Demetrius Andrade has an elite level defense. I will give him that. His defense is much sharper, much crisper than Danny Jacobs. So that's what gives Demetrius Andrade a really good chance to compete with Canelo. Once again, I still favor Canelo to beat Demetrius Andrade because we don't know if Demetrius Andrade can take those massive shots from Canelo, because Canelo will land. But can Demetrius Andrade's chin hold up? Can Demetrius Andrade hold up throughout the fight? Can he be durable? We know his defense will be on point. We know his lateral movement will be on point, and we know it could be a close fight. But at the end of the day, can Demetrius Andrade take those shots and have a strong enough chin to compete with Canelo? Only time will tell. But once again, Unbiased as always, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.